talk a little bit about cards. Is anybody working with the cards?
Not yet.
Okay. Anybody will be working with the cards? If you want to have as a starting place, you're by yourself, something comes up, some trauma resurfacing or some difficult emotional stuff, and you don't know what's going on. Or somebody comes into the room and says something and you're like, well, that was kind of rude. What's that all about? Or you get a phone call from work. Those kinds of things that happen to us on a regular basis. Or you're just trying to get through something. You're trying to, work out something that is going on in your life, and you're sort of stumped. And yeah, you've got a consultation booked for 2 weeks from now. So you pull out the cards and you formulate a question that can be answered quite easily, and say, what would be the support that I could get from these 72 essences for this particular thing that I've got going on? Maybe you're preparing for something. Well, I need to get a qualities of support so that when I go to this job interview, I'll have that support with me, or when I meet this person for the first time, or whatever. It could be a million different things. Think of a more recent example. That using the cards in Holland. Yeah, it'll come. So shuffle, do whatever you want, play with them, and then just let yourself pick one. So I need sunflower. Doesn't surprise me. So what happens though is you have this question you formulate that you don't know the answer to necessarily, and then you pull out sunflower, and then you take a look at it and you read the keywords, and maybe one of them jumps out at you, maybe more than one. But so there's 6 keywords here, and strength is the one that comes out. The sunflowers in Alaska are 7 feet tall, 8 feet tall, massive heads. I activate my soul purpose through a strong, nurturing connection with the earth. So strength from the earth. Have you ever planted sunflowers and seen what's happened to the plants next to the sunflowers in your garden? They grow bigger. Yeah. I've seen gardens where you have the sunflowers and then the plants next to them, and then the further away they get, the smaller they get. Yeah, pretty amazing. But the value of this is that you got something at your fingertips and you can get some information really quickly, and then there's an energetic blast that comes along with that, and you can shift in the moment or quite quickly. And then if you want, you can go to Living Book, pull up the long version of sunflower and read about it, or whichever one came up for you. So those two work really well together. You can also use these to charge, like if I wanted to get some sunflower, I'd just put the glass of water on there for a while, and then it would go into the water. I can feel it happening right now. Put them on, you have an altar, a healing altar in your home or in your business, in your therapy room. Pick a card for the day, for your work, whatever. There's 100 different ways to work with them, or more. Card layouts, obviously. A number of different ones that you could play with. And we also found, because one of the people who used to work for me did a lot of these, like the new decks, the new divination decks, and she would do a reading for somebody and use both decks. So she'd put the divination card, I can't remember the exact deck, and then she'd pick one of the essences to go with it. So you'd have that symbology with the flower essence to go with it, and it really was powerful. It's pretty amazing. And kids love them. Yeah. I don't have a lot of kids in my practice, but if I did, I'd just put the card deck out and say, well, this is one of the things we can do. So notice kind of the feeling, you get the card and you're like, huh, there's an interaction, there's a communication that happens. Yeah. I really love doing this in a class because everybody gets exactly what they need.